So our group's hypothesis was that if the Magnus effect and axis of rotation and 90-degree angles were used properly in lacrosse, soccer, and football, that we would have higher percentage accuracy and distance on our sports. And the way we're going to test that is by having a control group in which we don't use those physics properly in sports and one where we do. And we're going to compare and contrast our results and show the differences in percentages. Okay, now I'm going to test out shooting flat-footed first. I'm going to stay behind this line for both attempts, and we'll see what percentage I shoot. Okay, now I'm going to test to see how much more accurately I shoot when I'm using my full body and using like all my levers and my axis of rotation to shoot. So when I stood there flat-footed, I didn't move my feet, and I just did this without any body rotation. I was 17 for 30, and when I used my axis of rotation and my levers, I was 25 for 30 on shooting. So after all of our testing for lacrosse, we concluded that with using the axis of rotation, we shot 83.3%, and without, we shot 60%. So there's a 23.3% difference. There's a 23.3% improvement with using physics.
Okay, now we're gonna test the use of physics in football and how far I can throw the ball using the axis of rotation and getting my arm back at like a 90-degree angle. Okay, so for the first one, I'm not gonna use the axis of rotation, and my 90-degree angle will be kind of off, and we'll see how far I can throw. Five attempts using no axis of rotation and careless 90-degree angle, I threw about 26.6 yards. Okay, now I'm going to use the axis of rotation and get my hips into it and keep a proper 90-degree angle on the throw, and we'll see how much farther it goes. Okay, after 5 attempts of using the axis of rotation in the correct 90-degree angle, the average was 37.2. Okay, throwing with the axis of rotation in a proper 90-degree angle, our average was 37.2 yards, and without it, it was 26.6. And in total, that was a 29% increase using the axis of rotation and proper 90 degrees.
Okay, so now we're going to test to see if the Magnus effect really works. So I'm going to shoot from behind the slide to that goal right over there. And I'm going to shoot 30 times with my toe and then 30 times with the side of my foot to see if it really works. So kicking with my toe led me to make 12 of my 30. So now we're going to kick with the side of my foot and hopefully that'll improve my shooting.
Kristen, where you at? Kristen, what's your percentage? 4 for 6?
After kicking with the side of my foot, I made 19 of my goals out of 30. Okay, so when I kicked with the side of my foot and I used the Magnus effect, I made 63.3% of my shots. And when I just kicked with my toe, I made 40% of my shots. So that's a 23.3% increase.
So the results of our testing was that there was an overall average of 25.2% improvement. So that means that our hypothesis was correct, that the Magnus effect and the axis of rotation would improve the sports, and did so by an average of 25.2%. So now you know that in utilizing those physics concepts in sports will greatly benefit your production and performance.
Thank you for watching.